Well, creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe finally went ahead and said, I got to go. Yeah, y'all. So, breaking news, Creepy Sleepy done decided to drop out, which we all knew was coming. I don't know why they were pooting and farting around, trying to make us think that, no, Joe's going to stay in it. Now, the question is it because Joe really wanted to drop out, or was it because the pressure was on him? And I happen to think it was the pressure. But let's at least go ahead and hear the breaking news and go from there.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and we have some breaking news as President Joe Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. This happening just moments ago. You are taking a look at the letter that he has just issued, and we are going to read it in its entirety. It says, "My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and in expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today." It goes on to say, quote, "I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world."
Now, I'm going to have to intervene for a second because Creepy is getting a little carried away with the embellishments. First things first, the pandemic was really Creepy's fault in regards to how it impacted our economy. Him and the Democrats, of course, were the key factor to our economy taking a hit because they wanted to keep us locked down and shoved in our cribs for like, an extra 2 years or so for nothing. So I don't want to hear him talking about we overcame a pandemic. No. You guys forced us to be locked down. You forced folks to choose between their job and so on and so forth. And now you want to brag about that. Don't try to act like everybody agrees with this or your ratings wouldn't be so low. But nonetheless, I'm not here to do that. I'm here to just listen to Creepy go ahead and tap out. So let's continue.
"It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it had been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term."
Now, I'm wondering, what is the cause of him stepping down? Is he sick? Do we have a doctor's excuse? Some type of note like when you go to school and stuff? My kid will not be in school today because they are suffering from the sniffles. I want to know what made him step down because, see, he just got done talking about how they've defended and protected our democracy. So are you saying you defended and protected our democracy by trying to make sure Trump wasn't on the ballot? Are you referring to how you, of course, used the FBI to spy on citizens that maybe had different opinions and views in regards to some of the more controversial topics? That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering how you defended our democracy by forcing people to get something they didn't want. And you know what I'm talking about? That doesn't seem like you protected our democracy. How about this? How about persecuting and going after your political opponent? And now all of that has come back to bite you because you guys weren't really protecting democracy. You were protecting the Democrats. That's why Creepy didn't have no competition. All of these things took place because they were destroying democracy. But now it's coming back to bite Creepy. He allowed it to go on if he even knew about it. Now that same protection of democracy is coming back for him. So if he is not coming out saying, I have to step down because I'm sickly, but instead, I got to step down because of what? The Democrats don't like you, and they don't like the fact that you might cost them their elections or their power or their control. Therefore, they're going to tell you to step down. And I'm thinking, now that right there ain't protecting democracy. I need to know why you're stepping down because it's not a good excuse that I'm losing the election after all these people voted me to be the front runner. I'm losing, so now all of a sudden they're just going to swap me out at the last second. That's not protecting democracy, but they don't care because they're Democrats. And nobody's going to hold them accountable. But I will here in Kevin's Corner. Let's continue.
I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. I believe today what I have always, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. The letter signed Joe Biden.
Yes, he actually did it, but we all knew he was doing it. We all knew they were never going to let this guy cross the finish line. They drug him across the finish line the first time. And they all knew that he was in bad shape when they stuck him back out there to run the next race. So you had to drag him across the finish line the first time, but you're going to stick him back out there to race again? And now that you see that your candidate has wooden legs with real feet and can't run, y'all want to pull him from the race. That is not protecting democracy. Now, notice the little dilemma they're in. They had to tiptoe around Kamala Harris. He thanked her, but he never said, I endorse her. Now, rumor has it that he's come out and said now she has his full backing. And that puts them in a bit of a conundrum because they really don't want chameleon cackling Harris. See, during their upcoming Democrat conference, they were hoping to have it be contested, but now all of a sudden they're going to have to overcome this whole, well, I stand behind and support Kamala Harris moving forward issue, which really they want to get rid of cackling too. But maybe Joe Biden just decided to hit him with one last jab on the way out, since really we know why he's stepping down. It's not because Joe wanted to step down. It's because the powers that be, who claim they're defending democracy, was like, yo, we're defending the Democrats, not no democracy, Joe. And you're about to cost us all our jobs and our power. We can't let this happen. So now either you can get with this or you can get with that. You can go easy or you can go hard, whatever. But either way, creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe, you got to go. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. We're going to see how this unfolds. Boy, the plot thickens. Take care. I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts and follow me on Rumble in the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well. Now, with no further ado,
welcome to my party. We're just getting started.